Well, good morning, church, and we're continuing on through Philippians. We've been talking a lot about what it looks like to live out our faith, but also why it's important to live out our faith. And Paul continues to do that as we're partway through chapter 2. Starting in verse 14, he tells us, "Do everything without grumbling and arguing, so that you may be blameless and pure, children of God who are faultless in a crooked and perverted generation, among whom you shine like stars in the world." I think really when you look at that first part, do not be known for grumbling or arguing. I think our world could use that a little bit right now. When I go on social media, that's pretty much all I see. People going back and forth, whatever view side you are, and the way each side talks to the other is, "You're dumb if you disagree with me." What Paul's saying is, even when we disagree with people, even when we don't, we shouldn't be known for grumbling or arguing and basically being negative. As Christians, we should have the hope of what Jesus did for us and the hope that God is in control. All these things should change how we interact with people. And when Paul says we should be blameless, that's obviously what we aim for. We're going to fall short all the time. It's not like you become a Christian and instantly become perfect, instantly don't struggle with sin. Every person still struggles with sin. Christians are no different. We just recognize that it is a struggle. But the reality is, that's still what we aim for. Now that might seem crazy. Why would we aim at something we know we're never going to hit? But the reality is, if we're really followers of Jesus Christ, He was perfect. He was perfection. Even if we're never going to get to His level, that is what we aim for. Because we recognize that's the way He told us to live, that even if we're never going to hit it, we're never going to come close if we're not even aiming towards that as our goal. And so recognize that, one, that's what as believers we should be aiming for, reflecting Jesus in any way that we can. And Paul ends by showing what that ends up looking like, that we will shine like stars in the world. Living out our faith, it's going to be different than what the world tells people to do. The world doesn't have a problem with you arguing with someone that's different than you. It doesn't have a problem with you grumbling about them. But that's not what God's called us to do as Christians. It is going to look different, and we will stand out because of how we're loving the people around us and living out our faith. And so I hope that this challenges you, that to look at how you come across on social media, look at how you come across talking to the people you come into contact with, and that we're challenged to show God's love regardless of how we feel about the person, that we continually strive towards being more and more like Jesus.